Okay, palagi mo sinasabi Dr. Cortez.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, si Dr. Cortez ay pinatay na. Wala na po siyang kakayahan na idepensa ang sarili kasi baon na siya 6 feet below the ground.
Yes, sir.
Ang hirap po kasi sa inyo, Dr. Reyes, panay ang tulak mo kay Dr. Cortez na patay na yung tao at saka, come on, Dr. Reyes, matinong tao si Dr. Cortez. Kaya nga po siya nag-expose kasi gusto niya po malinis yung kalokohan dyan sa loob ng NCMH. And because of that, siya po ay pinatay. Now, you keep saying every time na meron ako sinasabing katiwalian, binabalik mo si kay Dr. Cortez, puro Cortez ka ng Cortez. Come on.
Because these are his innovations po. Ito po yung improvements na ginawa niya sa NCMH. Not the other way around.
Now, okay, sige, granting innovation niya. Ngayon, granting, for the sake of argument, sige, sasakyan kita. Then, pagpasok mo, nakita mo na may mali, bakit hindi mo kinorek? And may kakayahan ka because ikaw ng boss ngayon. Dr. Reyes, si Dr. Beverly Azucena, isa po sa mga nasampahan ng kaso sa ombudsman. And Dr. Alden Cuyos, siya po at that time, nung magsampahan ng kaso, and nagsampahan ng kaso noon ay si Roland Cortez. And who is Roland Cortez? Siya po yung may posisyon ninyo ngayon. Kaya po siyang in-expose niya dahil gusto niya linisin yung NCMH. Unfortunately, siya po ay minurder. Siya po inassassinate at pinatay. Alam niyo po yun, right? Now, bakit po itong si Dr. Azucena na kinasuhan po sa ombudsman? Siya po ay nabigyan ngayon ng sensitive position. Same thing with Dr. Alden Cuyos na siya po ang head ng Bids and Awards Committee at that time. Am I right? Ngayon, na-promote pa siya. Nabigyan siya ng 3 pwesto. And before you answer that question, did you know na itong si Dr. Beverly Azucena at Dr. Alden Cuyos ay magkasintahan? Wala akong problema kung sila po ay magkasintahan. Ito po ay, ano po to alam po to na marami sa NCMH. Wala tayong pakialam kung sila po ay magkasintahan. Ang pakialam po natin, sila po ay parehong merong sensitive position at pwede nilang magamit yung kanilang position bilang tag team para ma-facilitate ang mga gusto nilang mangyaring kalokohan. Now, answer please my first question. Bakit niyo po binigyan ng sensitive position si Dr. Azucena the fact na siya po ay kinasuhan sa ombudsman at siya po ay na-promote po niyo. Promote niyo pa po. Dr. Reyes.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Senator. To answer that po, the position of Dr. Beverly Azucena is not for me to give.
And who gave the position,
the item po of the Chief Medical Professional Staff, ang nag-a-appoint po niyan is the Department of Health, not the Medical Center Chief.
So you're saying na ang Department of Health ang nag-appoint sa kanya?
Yes po. And
Pero pwede niyo po siyang harangin bilang po Medical Center Chief. Pwede ho kayo magrekomenda. Am I right or am I right?
The appointment po, Senator, happened before I was in the National Center for Mental Health. I came at 2018. She was already a chief of clinics by so much earlier than that.
Still, para naman po i-honor nyo yung memory po ng inyong pinalitan na si Dr. Roland Cortez na napakatino na opisyal na pinatay, minurder, inassassinate dahil sa kanyang expose ng mga kalokohan dyan sa NCMH. At isa sa mga kinasuhan niya ay si Dr. Azucena and now siya po ay na-promote.
Wala pong...
And on top of this, si Dr. Cuyos po na head ng Bids and Awards Committee at that time, siya po ay na-promote at nabigyan pa 3 pwesto. At alam po ninyong lahat, at alam po dito sa NCMH, again, allegedly, sabi nila doon, ito po yung dalawa is in a relationship. Now, i-deny mo to, may mga question ako. Are you denying it or not? And my question to you now directly, friendship po itong dalawa, yes or no? If you said no, then meron ako ibabato sa iyo ng katanungan.
They are co-workers and therefore they are friends, of course.
They're friends. And you're friends with these two, and you go a long way, right?
So with other doctors.
Exactly. Correct. Now, bakit po hindi nyo na-rekomenda na bigyan na lang ng ibang posisyon itong si Dr. Beverly Azucena at itong si Dr. Cuyos? Now, go ahead.
To answer po, Dr. Cuyos neither received any promotion.
No?
No promotion po. It's a designation.
He's
being the chairman of the Bids and Awards is not a promotion, sir. It's a designation. It's an added duty.
Yes, he is the head of the community. As such, siya po ang nagde-decide kung sino po ang mabibigyan ng kontrata.
No po. NCMH is very unique at having two chief of clinics, one for hospital
I
and
know.
one for community service.
Correct.
Dr. Cuyos is an OIC, meaning hindi pa po siya na-appoint ng Department of Health as a chief of
Hindi pa
clinics.
siya na-appoint pero nagagawa na niya, nagagampanan na niya yung mga katungkulin bilang chief, although he's just an OIC, right?
OIC po.
Okay,
Oo.
pinaikot niyo lang po yung
Hindi,
aking katanungan.
kasi
But
po,
still, even if he's
Opo.
only an OIC, nagagawa niya po yung ginagawa ng isang tao na designated na talaga bilang chief,
Opo.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bakit ko po naitanong ito? Let's start with the food. Dati po, yung mga pagkain, yung raw food products, tama? Binibid niyo po yan,
Mhm.
it's under goods. And after yung manalo sa bidding, dinadala po yung raw food products, meat, poultry, vegetables, fish, etc. At doon po niluluto ng dietitian ninyo sa NCMH. 80 million po ang worth noon at that time. Now, ano pong ginawa nitong si Azucena at si Cuyos? Alam niyo po ito. But anyway, sasabihin ko rin sa inyo. Ang ginawa po nila, in-outsource po yung bidding para sa food. One. Number two, nung in-outsource po nila ang bidding for the food, biniyak-biyak po nila yung kontrata na dapat isang kontrata yon. One contract for food, biniyak nila sa breakfast, lunch, and dinner under one contract, which is wrong. Number two, matapos nila ma-outsource yung sa food, 3 years contract. Biniding po yung first year. Succeeding year, second year, third year, wala na pong bidding. Kasi nga po, nilagay nila sa services. They go around with it, the system. Sa second year, renewal na lamang, Mr. Chair. Third year, renewal na lamang. At pwedeng pataasan na ng presyo dahil nga hindi na bidding, renewal na lamang. From 80 million, now it goes up to 250 million. At yan po, dahil sa pakikipagsabuatan, di umano ni Dr. Azucena at Dr. Cuyos. Now, I may add, i-deny mo na wala silang relasyon. Yung cottage po na tinutuloyan ngayon ni Dr. Cuyos, right? Inside NCMH. Under sa name po ni Dr. Azucena. And meron po mga records. If you will deny this, then I will show you some records later on. Na itong dalawa, minsan kasama ka pa, nag-abroad kayo. Yes, you may say no. But later on, documents will be produced. Na these two, they go out of the country several times magkasama. And there was one instance, or probably a couple of instances, na kasama ka rin. And you will deny this, of course. Karapatan mo mag-deny. But records will show later on. Now, bakit po ganon? Alam naman po natin na napakahalaga yung pagkain para sa mga pasyente. Kailangan po yan para sa kanilang kalusugan, para sila po'y mapagaling. Ang nangyari, binabalasubas po ang mga pagkain nila. Kulang-kulang, bitin. In fact, if you remember, Mr. Chair, nung pumunta ako doon, isa sa mga pasyenteng nakausap ko, sabi, bitin po sir ang pagkain namin dito. Ibig sabihin, God damn, pati sa pagkain, wala nang awa, dudugasan niyo pa yung mga kawawang pobreng pasyente ng NCMH. Another conflict of interest. Sunshine Recovery. You know what is Sunshine Recovery? Alam niyo kung sino may-ari ito?
It's a group of doctors.
Exactly. And you know that that's conflict of interest. And why do you allow it? And why did you allow it? It's conflict of interest sapagkat this is a psychiatric facility owned by Reyes, Cuyos, and Avila. Didn't I mo? I'll produce a record later on.
Kindly, sir.
Yes. So, bakit po ina-allow ito na mangyari itong conflict of interest? Why did you allow it?
Sir, just to answer your allegation, sir, the outsource of food was not due to Dr. Cuyos and Dr. Azucena. The outsourcing of food was decided upon by Dr. Cortez, our former director, because he observed that when we purchase raw food, pilferage was rampant. Now, so he outsourced it. It was during the time of Dr. Cortez that the outsourcing of the food happened. Right? So,
Excuse me, sir. Produce a record showing that
Yes,
it
sir.
was Dr. Cortez's time
Yes,
na ito po ay nag-outsource na kung saan from 80 million ay naging 250 million. And let me remind you, sir, are they under oath, Mr. Chair?
yes. Ay, hindi pa.
Pwede ba paki-under oath ito, Comsec? Please put this gentleman under oath.
Dr. Reyes, may I ask you to stand, sir, and raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation, in this inquiry of the Committee on Health and Demography?
Yes, sir.
Proceed, sir.
Si Dr. Cortez po ay isang matinong tao. Kaya nga po, in-expose niya po yung katiwalian na ginagawa ng kanyang mga kasamahan at dahil po dyan, nabuwis po yung kanyang buhay. Siya po ay minarder, inassassinate, pinatay. At yung pong sangkot sa pagpatay sa kanya ay si Avila. Kailan niyo po yun? At yung pong gunman, confessed gunman, itinuro si Avila na kanilang mastermind. At kasama po sa mga kinasuhan dito, isa na ay itong si Dr. Beverly Azucena. Now, you're telling me itong questionable na pag-outsource ng pagkain ay kagagawan ni Dr. Cortez na kung saan from 80 million lumundag sa 250 million, going up to 300 million pa siguro. Kagagawan ni Dr. Cortez? Now, nakakalungkot po, nagagamitin mo po yung pangalan ni Dr. Cortez, patay na po siya at wala na po siyang kakayahan na idepensa pa sinungalingan yung anuman allegations meron kayo against him now. And I know na kaya niyo po manipulahin nila, not you. But there are certain people there na kaya manipulahin yung mga dokumentong palabasin na si Dr. Cortez ang may kagawaan kahit na hindi siya. And wala na po siyang kakayahan magdepensa para i-deny because he's dead. Because he was murdered, because he was killed, because he exposed all this katiwalian na involved po ng ilan sa inyo dyan sa NCMH. I'm not saying exactly nakasama ka doon. But I'm saying is, there are some people, unfortunately, these people are your henchmen or alipores mo.
Actually po, I'm stating the opposite. It was Dr. Cortez who observed that the patient is not been receiving adequate nutrition. And that is the reason why he outsourced it. Because during the time po na in-outsource niya, nawala po yung pilferage ng mga raw food materials. Pangalawa po,
Okay, if your problem is pilferage, how much is that pilferage of food cost? 80 million compared sa in-outsource niyo to 250 million. Does it make sense? Does it connect? No.
actually po,
Kung pilferage po ang pinag-usapan nyo, 80 million, okay? 80 million. Pinipilfer tong 80 million. Sabihin natin, for the sake of argument, pinilfer po yung kalahati ng 80 million. 40 million pala dyan na pupunta sa pilferage. My God. Versus, nung in-outsource, umabot sa 250 million ang halaga. Does it make sense? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out.
I agree, Senator. But during that time, no, the caloric requirement for a patient was stated at 1,800 kilocalories. No? Kaya po yung cost ng outsource, dun po nakakompute. And during that time po, since it's outsourced, of course, it is going to be bidded out. At marami naman po sumali sa bidding
Yes,
process.
but the bidding is only done the first year. Second year, wala na pong bidding. Ang nangyayari po, renewal na lang. And third year, renewal na lang, which is bawal. Pero alam niyo pong ginawa niyo? Kasi kapag sa goods yan, kailangan po bidding yan yearly. So, nakakita po kayo ng butas, umikot kayo, pinasa niyo po sa services. Dahil pag sa services, din na nga po yan, i-renew na lang.
Actually po, the outsource contract awarded to the winning bidder was signed by Dr. Cortez. And it stated in the terms of reference that the contract is 3 years, renewable every year.
Question muna, Dr. Reyes. Yung sinabi kanina about the designation of the BAC chairman. Ang question ko po is, sino po ang nag-designate ng BAC chairman? Sino po ang nag-designate ng BAC chairman po?
Usually po, it's the medical center chief.
So kayo po ang nag-designate ng
But
BAC?
during the designation of Dr. Kasi doon na po siya dati galing eh. And during my time, during Dr. Cortez time, I was the chairman of the BAC. And
Itong current BAC chairman, sino po ang nag-designate sa
sa
kanya?
ngayon po, it is chaired by Dr. Vic Pontabella and Dr. Alden Cuyos. Dalawa po. Hinati na po namin
So,
yung...
kayo po ang nag-designate sa kanila? Okay. Second question. Itong mga pasyente na sinasabi niyong binibigyan niya ng mga pagkain, no? Since meron silang mental health problem, meron bang nakakareklamo ba sila?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair.
I don't think so.
Yes po.
I beg to disagree.
There
No,
are-
sorry, Mr. Chair. No, you know better.
Po.
Ang mga mental health patients, they're considered as forgotten, even by their families, except doon po sa mga nasa pay ward. Mr. Chair, they know that these people are voiceless. Wala silang boses. Hindi sila makapagreklamo. And as such, they're being abused. But now, I'm telling you, Mr. Reyes, meron silang boses at yung boses nila nakabibingi. At ang boses nila ay Senado. I'll make sure of that.
And that's the reason why po we are eradicating that. We are putting voices in these patients po. They are stating their condition to the nurses. Gutom pa ako. So the nurses will take effort now to have a second serving.
Sa klase ng pagkain, nakakareklamo ba sila?
Opo.
Ano
Sabihin nila, walang lasa, o sasabihin nila. So we try to improve on it, sir.
No, sir. Mr. Chair, like I said, when I went there, one patient came to me at bumulong, sir, bitin po yung pagkain namin dito. At least kasi from the outside the report, kilala ako nung pasyente. Kilala niya ako. Sabi niya, Sir Raffy, bitin po yung pagkain namin dito.
Na-address niyo itong mga reklamo?
Yes, Senator.
Now, kung
Marami
sabi
pong-
niyo po sila po ay nakapagreklamo at pinagbibigyan yung reklamo nila, bakit po nagreklamo sa akin nung pumunta
Talaga
po
pong-
ako doon?
Talaga po maraming magrereklamo, but if we are as a fulfilling the requirement of their caloric requirement per day, then that is our task po talaga to provide nutrition. Maaring subjectively, gutom pa sila, but we have already provided the required caloric requirement for them.
Napaka-importante po nito, Dr. Reyes, para gumaling yung pasyente, dapat
I agree po.
makomply niyo yung requirements talaga nila.
Right now po, the Department of Health has come up with the standards for the caloric requirement per age group po, and we're following that up religiously po.
Okay, Mr. Chair, siguro ang gagawin ko next time, magpapadala ako ng tao doon at itingnan ko po habang sineserve po yung mga pagkain because the last time I was there, nakita ko lang po yung mga kawali, nilalagyan ng mga pagkain, pero hindi ko po nakita kung gaano karami yung pagsaserve ng food.
Senator Tulfo. Sir, andyan si Beverly. Okay lang bang tawag? Nasa online po
Mas
si
maganda muna, Mr.
Beverly
Si
Azucena.
Mr.
Sige, go ahead.
Kasi
Nakita ko lang po si
Opo.
Beverly Azucena
I'll
later
talk to
po.
Beverly later.
Opo.
Okay. Bakit nakalusot sa renewal ang head ng dietary section ay isang malapit na medical center chief ng NCMH? Anyway, alam ko na ito. Dr. Reyes, pabalikan natin yung food. Alam niyo po siguro ito na marami sa mga spaces, lupa dyan sa loob ng NCMH, ay pinamimigay bilang proyekto ng mga government officials. And you know that. Eskwelahan, multipurpose building, left and right ang construction. Project po ng mga government officials. Pinapayagan. In exchange, listen to this, in exchange for contract sa infra, ibibigay sa isang kasama nyo dyan. Did you know that? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Then you should resign. Sino po si Planning and Development Chief Engineer Evelyn Purino?
That's our planning and development. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Sabi mo no. Pinamimigay po ang mga spaces doon sa NCMH, construction po, left and right ng mga material ng mga buildings tulad ng eskwelahan at, like I said, multipurpose building. Wait a minute. With the condition na yung kontrata sa infra, bahala na si Chief Engineer Evelyn Purino. At si Evelyn Purino ay merong anak sa DPWH na si Engineer John Paulo Telmo Purino na siya po ang umaayos sa program. Alam ko, tapos ikaw hindi mo alam.
Talaga po, kasi she's not authorized to give away lots because that lot is for the Department of Health to give away.
Exactly. Kaya nga, dapat you should have known that. Bakit ako nalaman ko, outsider ako?
Wala po talaga akong knowledge na she can give,
Well, you
give
should-
it away.
She did. Well, it's being given away. Katulad ng eskwelahan. I was there and I saw the school.
It is not for her to give away, sir.
Well,
She's not authorized.
well, if she's not authorized, then bakit mo pinayagan?
That school po was established around 2017. Wala pa po ako sa National
Okay.
Center for Mental
Now, wala ka pa. Pero how about itong mga tinatawag na multipurpose building? There are some constructions going on.
Yes, sir. There's one multi-purpose building that was established during the time of Dr. Cortez.
Okay, palagi mo sinasabi Dr. Cortez.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, si Dr. Cortez ay pinatay na. Wala na po siyang kakayahan na i-depensa ang sarili kasi baon na siya 6 feet below the ground.
Yes, sir.
Ang hirap po kasi sa inyo, Dr. Reyes, panay ang tulak mo kay Dr. Cortez na patay na yung tao at saka, come on, Dr. Reyes, matinong tao si Dr. Cortez. Kaya nga po siya nag-expose kasi gusto niya po malinis yung kalokohan dyan sa loob ng NCMH. And because of that, siya po pinatay. Now, you keep saying every time na meron ako sinasabing katiwalian, binabalik mo kay Dr. Cortez, puro Cortez ka ng Cortez. Come on.
Because these are his innovations po. Ito po yung improvements na ginawa niya sa NCMH. Not the other way around.
Now,
I'm
okay,
stating
sige,
that-
granting innovation niya. Ngayon, granting, for the sake of argument, sige, sasakyan kita. Then, pagpasok mo, nakita mo na may mali, bakit hindi mo kinorek? May kakayahan ka because ikaw ng boss ngayon.
These are, as I've stated, Senator, these are innovations and improvements. How can I correct it?
No, you can correct it because you can call the shots because you're the boss now. Granting na talagang si Dr. Cortez may kagagawan. Okay, meron siguro mali doon sa tingin mo. Sabi mo sana, okay, guys, baguhin natin to kasi baluktot to, mali si Dr. Cortez.
Wala po nga ako sinasabi. These are
Yung innovation na sinasabi niya, hindi
Improvement.
tumutugma sa tinatawag na good governance. Okay? You can use those lines.
Pero
You
wala-
can tell your Alipores na hindi po tumutugma to sa good governance ito mga innovation na inilatag ni Dr. Cortez, so therefore baguhin natin, guys. But you didn't do.
because these are innovations nga po and improvement. How can I change something that is good?
Good?
Kaya nga po
From 80 million, sabi mo pilferage? Okay, kung merong pilferage na nangyari, then you should have corrected. Well, sabi mo naman, Dr. Reyes, but listen again, do the math. 80 million, so at nagkaroon po ng pilferage doon sa 80 million, pero ang kapalit naman doon, dahil lamang sa pilferage doon sa 80 million, sabihin na natin lahat na yung pinilfer, 80 million. Okay? Para mas mapadali, parang balik tayo sa elementary. Para natin mahina siguro sa math. Ngayon, ang pinalit, 250 million.
Yes, sir. Because the quality of the
No.
food improves, sir. Because it's an outsource. There's a new terms
And
of
bakit
reference.
biniyak yung kontrata? One contract, and then in that one contract, biniyak yung pa another subcontract, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Again, sir, that happened during...
test ka na naman.
No, sir. That happened during the time of when I was the chair of the BAC. When I was doing the bidding. All right, sir.
Now,
I was instructed, sir.
but now you are the boss, meron kang authority na baguhin yan.
Sir, bago na talaga.
Hindi, baguhin mo yung contract, sir. Because the contract is, hindi po tama. The 80 million, may balik niyo po doon sa 80 million.
Wala
Ngayon kung sinasabi mo, dietary, then let's call the experts. Sa susunod na hearing, patawag tayo ng mga experts. Magpapadala ako ng mga tao para mag-observe doon. Magpapadala ako ng mga dietitian. As simple as that. Para observe, tingnan natin kung talagang tumutugma ba doon sa 80 million versus 250 million. In fact, 300 million na raw ata, paakyat pa. Yung maging price niyan. Come on, to meet the dietary requirements of the patients, gagastos ka ng 200 million more? Come on, ano tingin mo sa mga pasyente dyan? Ang tatakaw?
for 3,000 patients, sir, inpatients.
Eh, bakit nagkasya yung 80 million? No.
We were the ones cooking it. And
Then bakit mo hindi balik ulit sa you guys will be cooking it? And mind you, let me add, itong outsource na kinuha ninyo para mag-provide ng mga pagkain, okay? Ang ginagamit nilang LPG po na NCMH.
Hindi po. Before, that was our LPG. But the subsequent ordering of this LPG, sila na po ang gumagastos nito.
Pero ginagamit yung tanke ng LPG nung the start, right?
At the start po. Kaya po, my explanation is, yung sinasabi niyo po na separate, it was during the decision po na,
Si Cortez na naman.
hindi po, tignan natin kung magaling itong outsource. Breakfast lang ang i-outsource natin. After which, po, okay, you can now bid for lunch and dinner. Kaya po nagkahiwalay yun.
No, you should not do that. Bawal po yun.
I did not do it, sir.
Technical malversation po yun.
I
I've
did not-
consulted my lawyers.
I did not do it, sir.
Cortez did it. Exactly. Patay na kasi si Cortez eh. Pinatay eh. Minarder eh dahil sa kanyang pag-expose ng
It
katiwalian.
was an improvement, sir. Because it's the first time.
No, it's not an improvement. An improvement para mas maraming pera maibulsa. Improvement sa pangungurakot. Kasi maliit lang ng kurakot sa 80 million versus sa 250 to 300 million, malaking perang may kukurakot. So there's a big improvement as far as corruption is concerned.
But these are really, sir, transparent, no? We can provide you with some of the data.
Yes, that's why I'm saying,
Sir.
sa next hearing, Mr. Chair, mag-invite tayo ng mga dietary experts.
Yes, sir.
Mag-invite tayo ng mga tao na involved sa kukontrata, ng pag-provide ng pagkain, and then magpapadala po ako ng mga tao para mag-observe. Titingnan po natin kung tumutugma yung 300 million na kontrata at bibiyak-biyakin ng 3 beses para mabigyan ng maayos na pagkain ng mga pasyente. And again, my lawyer said that that was technical malversation. Again, you will say, si Dr. Cortez.
Yes,
Now, you're the boss. Kung talagang totoo si Dr. Cortez, for the sake of argument, sabihin natin siya nga talaga, may he rest in peace. Do something. Kung alam mong mali, maluktot,
Yes, sir.
injurious sa gobyerno, then do something. Stop it.
And that's the reason why, sir, in the recent bidding of the outsourced food, isa na lang po talaga ang kontrata.
And therefore,
For 1 year.
ibalik niyo po ulit sa loob. Yung raw food materials ang ibid nyo and then ang magluluto yung dietitian nyo. Kasi sabi mo, problema lang is pilferage. Kung yun ang problema lang pilferage, ayusin nyo.
And the quality of food. And that's our plan, sir.
Quality of food, then nasa inyo na yan pagbibidding. Kayo na magbahala maghanap ng magaling na magpa-participate sa bidding.
That's our plan, sir.
Oh, then, your plan. Okay, when is it gonna be implemented? And I want it implemented immediately. Kung talaga man...
Yes, sir. Maybe next year, sir, because we have to make sure.
Exactly, para makatipid ng 250 million ang taong bayan.
We have to
Para
make sure,
makatipid
sir.
ng 250 ang
Yes, sir.
kaban ng bayan.
We have-
Okay, if you go, bring it back to your people, your dietitian will prepare the food, malaking tipid sa gobyerno.
I have to make sure, sir, that the dietetics and nutrition department is up to it, meaning
They're up to it.
They're
You
not-
just, galing po sa bibig nyo, sir, na ang problema na ay pilferage. You never said it was because of nutrition.
I mean-
you never said that.
Yeah, I mean, sir,
Pwede natin ulitin, i-recorded to.
I mean, sir, how they prepare the food. May mga gamit po ba sila? May cooking utensils po ba sila?
And bumili ka, kasi...
That's the reason why for preparation.
Oh, come on.
Even the
guys.
facility, sir. Even the facility.
No, kaya niyo po. Kasi nga po, itong mga, yung outsource ninyo, di ba, nagpe-prepare sa loob ng NCMH?
With their gamit po.
Oh, then, napakadali naman, bumili ka ng mga gamit na kailangan para ito mga dietitian ninyo na ang magpe-prepare ng food, nandoon pa, mas malinis pa, mas mapagkatiwalaan pa, because they are the dietitian and they know better than all these outsourced people na hindi nyo kilala kung sino sila, kung saan silang galing.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
They have their own dietitians, sir, of course.
I know. Pero, sir, don't you trust your people at NCMH para ikaw pa yung mag-outsource?
Their mandate has drastically changed, sir, in preparation of food to monitoring.
No, sir. Marami ka pala. Sorry, excuse me. No, I'm not
Yes,
gonna
sir.
accept that. Sir, the only reason you said, narinig ko sa'yo, you fixed it, you thought it was broken, ay dahil sa pilferage. Now, sinasabi ko na sa'yo, kung pilferage lamang, ayusin niyo po yan.
That's one of the problems, sir.
Exactly. Ayusin yung pilferage na yan para mabalik ulit yung sistema na doon niluluto sa loob ng sagayon, sa loob ng NCMH, ng sagayon, makatipid po ng by the hundreds of millions ang kaban ng bayan. Correct, sir? Umuwi ka na kanina.
Yes, sir. We will look into it, sir. And I'm giving my word, sir, that this will be thoroughly thought out
Okay.
with the main thinking that for the benefit of our patients.
Very good. Thank you, sir.